Good afternoon. Welcome back to another episode of Rudolph's Mountains, and we're back in Wales after our amazing week in Scotland. So today we are in the northern Carnethai, a beautiful area. Tops on the northern part aren't that tall. We're looking at doing 3 Nuttalls. Used to be 4, but one of them has been demoted. And yeah, it's a beautiful day. Really hot. Let me turn you around and show you our first top, which is over there. That's Penny Castle. You can see the wall over there. We're going to go over to that wall and follow that wall up to the ridge, and then follow the ridge to the top. Well, here's the wall coming up. And it's guarded by some cows. I should apologise at this point for tangoing you with my stupidly bright orange top. I'm just hoping, well, you know the phrase, red rag to a bull. I'm a bit worried the orange top to a cow has got the same sort of effect, because they all seem very interested. Oh well. Let's see how we get on. Hello. Ooh. I have done this route once before, only from a different starting point, and I did it the other way around, and it was one of the first walks I did when I decided to start bagging Nuttalls. Prior to that, I'd done lots of individual tops, but no real plan. And so it's nice to come back to pretty much where my Nuttall journey started all those years ago. Right, I've reached the end of the wall. I originally planned to follow the wall up to the ridge and then turn left, but by going straight on here I can cut a big corner off. The reason I didn't plan this route is because it looks really boggy and I couldn't see a path on the satellite view, but now I'm here. There is the faintest of animal trails going up the hill. And once I'm past this low section, it shouldn't be too boggy, so we should be okay. So yeah, let's see if cutting this corner is a good plan or a disaster. So this is the top of Penny Castle. It's gorgeous. Let me give you a bit of a panorama. Do you know, it to be a great wild camping spot. There's loads of really good wild camping pictures about. That's where we started over there, Hill Fort. Over towards Penna Lithery Crack and Penna Hegley Dhu and Carthlewellen, Fulgoch, and over there is Drum, where we're heading next. And last of all, Tallyfan. Wow, gorgeous. Right, this is the highest point on the OS map, or the point is marked on the OS map. There's no way that this point is higher than that one. Very confusing, very confusing. And that one's got a better vantage point as well. But anyway, I've done both just in case. I've done the 623 metre mark on the OS map, and I've done the rocky top at the far end. It looks higher, but I don't know how many times this happened to me, where from one point you look over and it looks higher over there, and then you come over here and it's the other way around. It's just deceiving. Anyway, I think I might be far enough away to whip Daisy. I was going to start off towards Drum, then I'll give you a quick Daisy tour of this side of Penny Castle, at least away from the family over there who's having their dinner. Thank you, Daisy, for that. Let Operation Drum commence. Well, that is a double delight. Firstly, because I've seen my first Conethai mountain pony up close, which is great. Hello. And I can see the top of Drum over there, which is also great. Right, there's Drum behind me. They've got a couple on the top at the moment, so I'm going to hang around over here and one in a million hope that there'll be a moment when the top's empty. I've got some company of some lovely ponies, and if I turn you around, Vol Frass is looking absolutely massive for me. Looks huge. And over there's Clithmore. Wow. Right, I'm going to go and have my second sandwich. I've got a Big Bap today. I've always been a fan of Big Baps. Right, I know soon I got my lips around my Big Bap, and the people that are on the top have left. Whether anyone else has joined them in that time, I don't know. But let's zoom that way and see if it's empty. Hello. Nobody here. Fantastic. So this is Drum. It translates as ridge, and I suppose it is a little bit ridgy. Let me give you a quick panorama. That's where we're going next. Talyfan. That's where we've come from. Over that way you can just see the top of Penny Castle. I think it's a Castle Rock, I think that translates it. Over into the Connaught Eye. And then Full Frass over there. Gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. So Carnathy Fellow is the next top along this ridge, and it's not too far away. And it's on our way to Talyfan anyway, so even though it's not a Nuttall anymore, it's nice to visit it. Here we go, top of Carnathy Fellow. Oh wow, look at the Hacklin down there. Gorgeous. Very hazy today. I always prefer walking in the spring and the autumn, winter, because you get those crystal clear days where you can see for miles. You don't get those too often in the summer. Our next top over there is apparently a lot lower than this one. From here it looks about the same. It's mad, isn't it? Plus you can see the ridge that we're going to go down goes out all the way over there, down the dip under the pylons, and up Talyfan. Yuck. It's looking pretty steep and rocky on the other side. Right, we've reached the bottom, and then dip under the pylons, and we start to climb up the other side. Wow, that's been physically demanding. Whew. Luckily there's a bit of a breeze which is stopping me from overheating because I'm baking in the sun. Wow, right, here's our final top of the day. Not too far away. I've got to drop down a bit first, I think. Whew. And then I've up until now I've been on pretty much the route in the Nuttalls book, but rather than going out to Talyfan and back again, I've planned the route that goes off the other side and then comes round a little bit further, but just saves retracing your steps. So let's see how that goes a bit later on. Oh, and there's the top at last. Wow, here we go, top of Talyfan. Wow, it's gorgeous, what a beautiful day. Oh, let me bring you in and give you a quick panorama. Should be able to see the sea out there, and Llandudno and Colwyn Bay and stuff, but it's all in the mist. There's the ridge the way we're going down. Over there you can see the hill fort where the bike is parked. We've got to get all the way back over there yet. Still a long way to go. There's our first stop of the day there. Pennycastle. And over to Drum. And back over to the ridge the way we've just come. Wow. Beautiful. Do you know, I've not seen a soul since I left the ridge by Drum. It's been perfect. So now I'm going to find a nice seat, relax, taking the views, have a bite to eat, and maybe send Daisy out to give you a quick tour of this summit. Daisy, over to you, sausage chops. Right, just been chilling out here for half an hour. I've had some more to eat, some mini jammy dodgers, which were really nice. I've had this silly flippy floppy hood up to keep the sun off my neck and my face. Sadly, a big massive bumblebee thought that I was a flower and tried to land on my face, which was quite unpleasant. But by me squealing and then dancing around like a lunatic, the bee got the message and flew off. So another bit of adventure for the day. Right, now I've got the long walk back to the bike, but to start with we're heading that way, which is continuing along the ridge at a route I've not done before, so let's see how that goes. So goodbye to Tali Fan, translates as end peak, and I suppose it is the last of the big ones before you reach the sea. And it is only just a nuttall. It squeaks in. It's 610 meters, which is almost bang on 2,000 feet. So it's one of the smallest ones that we'll do. Oh, just stumbling along the ridge, and what a muppet. Look, there's a great big path down there, which runs just parallel to the wall, but a bit further down. Let's go and find that. A squiggle! Sweet! Don't often see squiggles up here. In fact, I don't think I've ever seen a squiggle of 2,000 foot up. Wow, it's gorgeous here. Absolutely gorgeous. I've enjoyed this walk along the ridge. So far it's been excellent. Been up and down, maintaining height, but now we're dropping off the end of Tali Fan. Ooh, dilemmas. There's a stile there, and I was planning on not going over the stile and following this wall all the way down. But I'll take you down here. From here, can't see much of a path. The ground looks quite easy going, so I think I'm going to stick with my original plan, but will I come to regret this moment? Only time will tell. But that was okay so far, just steep grass, and supposed to be turning right in a second along a marked footpath, and it looks like there's a gap in the wall, so I might be in luck. Wow, that route was absolutely brilliant. Lovely walking across the front of Talyfan. Sort of went gradually uphill initially and then down the rest on good tracks. Yeah, it was nice. Now we are about to join the road, which is the bit I've been dreading. I hate walking on roads, but it's not for too far, because we're going to turn off it again, and then we're going to come across country to where the bike's parked. So I shall see you when we turn off the road again in a little while's time. Wow, that road section wasn't too much fun. Dear me. Rest of it is back on paths again. Straight into a bog. Right, so far so good. Just been following the wall, and in fact the walls on all of this walk have been really impressive. Must have taken an amazing amount of skill and effort to build them on the terrain we've been walking on today. Reminds me a little bit of the Rhinogs. Some incredible walls there too. Right, I'm nearly back at the bike. What a beautiful place this is. Look at that behind me there. Gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. Wow. Well, I've really enjoyed today. It's been long enough to make it interesting. None of it was too difficult, no scary bits, no really bad boggy bits. Overall, fantastic day out, really enjoyed it. I was being picky. It'd have been nice if it wasn't quite so hazy, get some nicer views, but that's probably asking too much, eh? It's been warm, not been too windy, and it's been dry, so you can't complain at that, can you? What a fantastic day. Oh, I loved every minute of it. Oh. Right, okay, back to the bike shortly. I'm gonna end the video now. Hope you've enjoyed this this little adventure with me, and thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one, all being well.